So this is like mud from a termite mound, but it has nutrition.
Yeah, it does.
This is termite.
It is.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Our epic Southern Africa food tour continues in the country of Zimbabwe.
This fish is delicious.
Last time, I met Africa's apocalypse man.
So this is where you sleep?
A man who built his own home.
Oh, he got one!
And catches his own food.
This is a barber fish.
A barber fish?
Yes.
Does it cut hair?
Now, we finally concluded our cross-country road trip, arriving at our final destination, Victoria Falls. Today, I'm on a mission to go deep into Zimbabwe's local flavors and local ingredients.
It looks like a nice pair of shoes.
Yeah, it's so soft.
Ingredients you won't find at your average air-conditioned supermarket.
You like this, right?
This is food porn.
In the end, our efforts will culminate in a one-of-a-kind pork platter.
Look at this.
Christmas.
But before that, we gotta go shopping.
Carl,
Yay.
have you been to this market before?
Yeah, a few times.
We've reached the city of Victoria Falls. Here, there's a whole economy revolving around travelers who wish to take in one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. Aside from tourist lodges and restaurants, you can still find local markets like this.
When you board the bus going out of town, this is where you collect a couple of your ingredients before you hit the road.
This place has a ton of different foods. They've got kind of the typical stuff. This one, is that just puffed corn?
That's probably the most unhealthy thing you can get in here.
Here, they have food and produce you'll find at most any market around the world.
That's puffed corn with lots of sugar and coloring. But the uncolored, unflavored one, if you wave this in front of the camera, you're gonna make a lot of Zimbabweans crave.
But if you have a keen eye, you'll find some rare food delicacies few outsiders have seen before.
What is this?
So like termites will make a mound.
Oh, I've seen that. From a termite mound, but it has nutrition.
Yeah, it does.
This is termite.
It is.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, you just ate some of it.
Yeah.
There are many different types of edible clay, dirt, and soil in Zimbabwe, but this one in particular comes exclusively from termite mounds.
Women will have a craving for this. Like literally my wife will buy 2 of these in a month.
Oh, I gotta try some of this.
The data is still out on whether consuming dirt is good for your health, but it is rich in minerals, especially iron. But like with anything, I suggest eating dirt in moderation.
I mean, there's no hiding the fact that that is mud. And what's in here? Iron?
Yeah, iron.
It tastes 100% like I just picked up some dirt and ate it. There's no like hidden notes or anything like that. That's mud.
To give you context, when we grew up, when we were young, we'd play a lot of games acting like we cooking and you know, that kind of thing. And we'd eat a lot of mud. You know, when you grow with it, it's not a foreign taste to you.
It's fascinating. I mean, it has nutrients for the trees. Why not for us?
Yeah, absolutely.
Carl was born and raised in a nearby village. Now, he's an international comedian,
Stand-up comedian.
Yep.
entertainer,
And a cook.
Yes.
and chef.
What's good about this market?
A lot of the stuff is grown in the local villages. And so, do you know where it's actually come from?
I have to talk to you about this.
This guy.
This is something I've never seen before. At first glance, it looks like a fruit or something that's been around too long. It looks moldy. Then you pick up and touch it. It's like suede or velvet. But this is a fruit, right?
Yeah, it's from the Baobab trees.
While many people know of the Baobab tree, few may know that it has a special fuzzy fruit.
Oh, she has a big rock.
Exactly.
Or is that dirt? Is that food?
And once you crack it open, you'll reveal one of the most nutrient-dense foods in the world.
Oh, that is full of stuff.
Baobab fruit is the only fruit that dries naturally on the branch, rather than dropping or spoiling.
Oh, so it looks kind of like chalky almost.
Yeah. It's got like citrusy, sour notes.
Oh, there's
to it.
some seeds, right? This is wild. The texture of it is very chalky. The flavor, it's sweet and tart.
So I use this a lot to make cheesecake.
Oh, wow.
I use this in porridge. So I'm a diabetic. When I cook this into my sadza, it controls my blood sugar a lot. And the seeds are now being processed to make oils and lots of different things as well.
Will you cook with this today?
We're gonna make a cocktail for you with this.
Cool.
So my father was a comedian and my mom taught home economics. So I stole the genetic pool I had at my disposal.
So you got a little bit from each one.
Yeah. Stand-up comedy, I only do 15 minutes on stage. And the rest of the time, I'm out in the streets eating street food in the different countries I travel to.
This brings me to the last thing I've spotted right here. Now, I do believe I've had this before. A couple years ago, I was in Namibia and they had Mopane worms.
These are Mopane Worms, yeah.
Mopane worms come from the Mopane tree. They're long, juicy, and can be found in many parts of southern Africa.
These have been dried, just a way of preserving them.
Interesting. It smells like a wet dog a little bit.
Pretty much, a lot of our bugs have the same smell when you've dried them. This is amongst a lot of the new superfoods that are coming out. This is the stuff you see here, especially from a political perspective. So I spent most of my time in exile.
He studied in the UK and he's traveled a lot. Now, that experience has worked its way into his comedy and his food.
What do you like about this?
I've been trying to find alternative ways to use these because we get a lot of foreigners that come into the country that don't quite like the idea of eating the worms.
Right.
So what I do is I crush them and I use them as seasonings.
How would you describe this? Do you think This is maybe what fermented soy is to Japanese.
I think it goes in that range between like a soy to a fish sauce, for example, in terms of its use.
When you say it like that, I'm eating it with a different frame of reference,
Right.
and I'm experiencing that. So you're cooking up a lot for us today.
Yeah, we are.
What's in store? Just give us a teaser.
So what we have is a pig's head, right? And we're gonna just chuck everything at it. Every grain, every imaginable flavor. Cooking for us is more about bringing people together to do something else, as opposed to the actual cooking. So we let the stuff cook away on its own, sit for 3 hours, just watch life happen.
I can't wait. Do you have a pig head?
Not yet, we have to go find one.
Let's go get it.
Cool.
We're heading a bit outside the city to find some pig parts you rarely see on the dinner table.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Gary here, she's in more than one meat business. Butcher shop on the inside, then grilling and selling cooked meats on the outside.
Now, a lot of butcher shops I go to, they have the meat on full display. Here, it's kind of hidden away in these chests. Each of these contains some different meat. We don't know what's inside. I want to point out what I see here, though. Cow legs, feet, a little bit of both.
I'm kind of distracted right now.
Well, you like this, right?
This is food porn.
So you cook this up sometimes? Yeah, you're gonna pet it? Do people have to buy a pair, or do they try to keep it together, like when people adopt 2 dogs?
I would have this, then my wife would have.
For one person?
Yeah, for one person.
So we're not gonna get any cow legs today.
Yeah.
Sorry. They look great. He's a big fan. What are you looking for?
So, do we have pig's head?
Let's take a look.
Her best-selling item and a favorite in Zimbabwe, beef. But I have yet to see any pork.
Oh.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
Is that what you were looking for?
This is insane.
It looks magical. How old do you think this pig is?
6 months.
Here's what I'm worried about, the size. Do you have one more?
Yeah.
Can you get it?
Wow.
This is perfect. This is what you wanted, right?
This is exactly what I wanted.
They're about $5 each. $10. That's a really good deal.
I make this 2 times a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get out of here. You have your ingredients from the market, and you're gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
So I'm about to make a dish that combines a whole bunch of my favorite dishes in Zimbabwe. First, we need to start with, I'll call them Alfred and Junior.
Food in Zimbabwe is quite straightforward. Almost every meat dish is either seasoned with just salt, or if the cook is feeling frisky, they may also toss in tomatoes and onions.
A few of my favorite beans. I don't know what this bean is called, but it's very yummy. The second one, sugar beans, and the third one, maize.
Carl isn't trying to reinvent Zimbabwe cuisine. Instead, he's combining, mixing, and blending unique flavors already native to this land.
I'm gonna put in some onion, garlic, tomatoes, green peppers. And the final ingredient, we've got caterpillars, which is our Mopane Worms, Kapenta, which is our salty fish, and a couple of spices in here. That's gonna provide our seasoning. Cover that for 3 hours and have a couple of beers.
This place is like a local rest stop, a clump of businesses like bars, butcheries, and street food vendors, hoping to sell to whoever stops by. For those who don't have fresh water running in their homes,
Do you need help?
they might get their water like this.
Yeah, I can help you. Oh, all right. You're doing pretty good by yourself. You don't trust me, do you? Oh, that's actually easier than I thought. All right, so this is the pump, and this is where you get fresh water. It does require some work, and it does burn some calories. But basically, it's like a giant lap machine. And then look down there. She's drinking some water. So this well goes about 40 meters down. It's over 100 feet, very deep into the core of the earth where the most delicious water is. The only problem is, can I pump it and then run down there in time to drink it? Let's try. Pump, run. It's delicious. It tastes like metal. That makes sense. Oh yeah, you know what? Maybe I didn't have to rush after all. It's still, oh wait, there's another guy pumping it. I thought I just pumped it so hard, it just would keep coming forever, for years to come, and everyone would talk about the day that Sunny came and blessed the village. But no, there's just another guy. Fresh water, that's how they do it here. Very cool.
While the pig heads continue to simmer away, I offer Carl an appetizer.
My dude?
What did you kill?
Some chicken parts I got from a street vendor.
That looks like a heart. Bird of
Okay.
some kind.
And mushrooms I bought from a random villager.
Mushrooms? What kind of mushrooms?
Let's hope they're more magical than poisonous.
They're a red mushroom, they're from the bush.
And they're edible?
They're edible.
Okay.
And so I met a gentleman.
My name is Daud. Right now I'm cooking some mushrooms. We get them in the bush and then we eat. It's good in the body.
With a blue, like, highway construction jacket.
Okay, that's safe.
He said, that's safe?
It means he has a day job.
This gentleman walked about half a mile into the bush to pick
I
these.
don't know many. I know these red ones only.
A type of wild mushroom whose name I was unable to track
In
down.
our language, we call them aromatics.
Regardless of what you've learned about Mario and his love for mushrooms, this red color is usually associated with poisonous or hallucinogenic mushrooms. But heck, if this guy was gonna eat them, why not me?
I'm collecting mushrooms once a week. Just eat. We don't sell them.
These are far too tough to eat raw. They must be boiled for an hour, then cooked with a bit of oil and salt.
Should we try this?
Yeah.
The red hue, it was just on the cap top before, and it's kind of spread among all the mushroom now. Try it out.
Okay.
A little gritty.
That's very interesting.
That's pretty good.
Like a little fragrance to it.
Yeah, a bit of a like sharp flavor. Not quite a truffle, but there's something nearly astringent about it. It's very meaty. It's satisfying in the way that meat is satisfying.
Yeah. You're introducing me to a new Zimbabwean food.
Oh, so you never tried this one before? Pretty awesome, huh?
Wow. I could do this on toast all day.
Over here,
Right.
The gizzards are boiled with a bunch of salt. Add intestines, liver, then hearts, and cook.
oh, gizzard, I love it.
This is the best part. It's both chewy and soft at the same time.
It's like chewy in the most satisfying way possible.
What are we going for? Intestines?
Yeah.
So these are my favorite. Everyone fights for this when you're eating.
Oh, it's all just a package. Look at this. Liver, heart, intestine all together.
In some countries, they then tie this to the chicken feet.
I think I saw that in Namibia. So you like it?
It's a good snack.
I wanted to ask you some more questions about food here. This is our 5th video. We're just gotten a good first-hand
Like a
experience.
snapshot, yeah.
Yeah, snapshot. I'm so curious about the food and how it got to the state it's in now. So I want to ask about colonization, because that must have changed a lot.
It did.
When did this country become independent?
We got our independence in 1980.
So you were alive.
I was born like literally a year old.
That's wild.
Remember, we were nomads, we travel with the land, that kind of thing. So as colonization came, we were put into different areas. And so what would happen is a man would start a new family there, bring a little bit of what he has from home to a people that don't understand what he has. So the culinary identity, it changes completely. Then let's start talking about new ingredients being brought into the country. Maize, easiest way to feed people. Smaller grains were too inefficient to grow, not en masse. You couldn't feed a country like that. And that, in a way, became what is known as traditional food today in Zimbabwe. But it's not traditional.
How do you get that back? Is it too late?
There's a need to celebrate past, present, and future. And I think each of us individually have an objective. Mine is to understand our past, see what we're doing in the present, and perhaps maybe come up with a new culinary identity in future. Okay, let's get this on a plate.
Today's dish is a beautiful reimagining of Zimbabwean flavors. Local ingredients you wouldn't usually see together, combined into an edible mosaic. All that dumped on rarely utilized pig heads. This is gonna be awesome. Or a complete disaster. Let's find out.
Look at this.
Christmas.
I call it Romeo and Juliet, the pig version.
Star-crossed lovers.
Yes.
So what I did is I just took ingredients that make up a lot of different Zimbabwean dishes, and then we created a spice blend using the worms and the fish. A little bit of a kick at the end of this.
Right, so that is layered flavor.
Yeah.
The flavor is super savory. I think the worm and the fish together contributed a lot of flavor.
And we're trying to avoid using salt on its own, because a lot of these foods are cured or dried using salt already.
I'm gonna try to grab this part here. So we have a jowl, the jaw muscle. I don't know what you would call that. Oh, yes. I'm gonna just drench it in this gravy here. Oh, wow. Delicious. It's incredibly rich. Super fatty, but you can see inside, burrow in deeper. There's a protein here. Mix it with the beans and the gravy sauce. Oh. And then the ear. So it's been boiling just long enough that this is a thick cartilage in the middle of the ear, but I'm able to just cut it down with a fork. Kind of crunchy, like snappy.
Right.
Getting through that cartilage. It's like the most tender, dainty ears I've ever seen in my life. That's awesome. I noticed on the side, what's this?
You remember the Baobab stuff that we found? When you eat Baobab, it's like having 6 oranges. So what I did is I made a cocktail using a locally made liquor with a bit of orange soda and the Baobab.
And this one's just for me. You're not drinking it?
I'm gonna have this.
What's that?
This is a beer that's almost made from porridge.
Oh, it's mixed with Fanta too, huh?
Yeah. That will make you sleep the rest of the day.
I like it. I taste a little bit of the fruit you put in there too.
A bit.
But also the Fanta has a strong presence. All right, where do we go in here?
We want to open this guy up. We have to work as a team here.
Yep,
Open up.
I got it.
So that should just split open.
Oh, it's like it's yawning. Here, there's a lot to work with here. The roof of the mouth, the soft palate, the tongue. What do you want? You want to go for the tongue?
Yeah.
But you don't break the exterior out.
No.
Just leave it like this.
It is, yeah.
I got some front tongue, you got some back tongue. Let's try it out. The tongue has such a beautiful texture. It's so different from any other part. And when it gets steamed or boiled for a long time, maybe I use this too much, but I say it's kind of like almost become a pate.
No, absolutely.
You know, this is the first time I've had pork so far in Zimbabwe.
Oh yeah, because we're very religious. And I think it's also because people don't know how to handle the fat. And so people just shy away from pork entirely.
Really?
Yeah, they gravitate to the scripture of Jesus putting demons in the pigs.
Now, why would Jesus do that?
Because the demons wanted somewhere to go.
Oh.
There were too many of them, so Jesus told them to go into the pigs.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I taste 0 demons.
No demons were killed in in the making of this meal.
And I have a very nuanced palate. So here we have the top of the head. Let me flip this guy around. I think I could go from the forehead and almost like peel off the skin here. Whoa, and whatever that is.
Yeah, we're trying to get into the brain.
Oh, dude, cheek meat. Hold on, before brain, you should grab the cheek meat on that side. Man. It's that perfect ratio. Tender, sticky meat, rendered down fat. That's awesome.
So we're gonna go for the eyes now.
Oh, the eyes.
So using your fork at the bottom here, pop out here.
Whoa. That was one of the best eye pulls I've ever seen. Let's see if I can match that. Oh.
So you got the eye.
I got it, but you got the retina going that connects all the way up to the brain. Everything we've tried so far, I like in earnest, and I'm not just like pretending.
Right.
I'm not a big fan of the eyes.
Neither am I. So what I do is I have to spoon a bit of the
Put some gravy on it.
Yeah.
Pig eyeball, you ready?
pig eyeball.
Let's go for it. It's good. You know what? It's all in my mind. It's all in my mind.
Doesn't feel eye-like, right?
No, well, I'm far too aware that it's an eyeball. I can feel it like breaking apart in my mouth. And so, eyeball's pretty gamey too.
Yeah.
Maybe you had glaucoma. All right, so we have tried a lot. We've gotten to really know this pig intimately.
There's one more part, which is the brain. Get this fork in there. There we go.
Oh, yes, barehanded. You're just gonna break it open like a beast.
Like lobster tail.
Yeah.
Okay, so the membrane here opens up. It's quite creamy.
Ooh.
Just mop that up.
A little brain, a little bean. Go for it.
Let's go.
Oh, wow. Maybe too big of a bite. It's so intense. It's so creamy and fatty. It's like eating a stick of pig butter. I should have broken it up a little bit, but I like it. I appreciate it. Carl,
Yeah.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Fantastic.
I think you've opened me up to a whole different side of this country. It's been an incredible journey so far, but now it's a much more well-rounded journey. So thank you.
No, thank you so much for visiting our country.
My absolute pleasure.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah. Best Ever Food Review Show is a small team of independent creators, and everything we do here works because of you guys. Click the link in our description to join our Patreon and receive exclusive benefits. A peace. All right. Hi there.
How are you?
You just say hi back. I'm curious about something else. So I know beef is popular here in the country and in your butcher shop, but smell good?
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted. So you don't pick the stuff from the tree. Sometimes, if you're not clear, it might be someone who was drunk who was peeing on a tree.
Oh.
So no one pees on the termite mound.
You good, Kai?
Yeah. There's a bee just...
Oh, yeah. Boom, that is our video for today. Carl, thank you so much. Quick handshake.
Thank you.
You can follow him and his fun food adventures, plus otherwise, on his Instagram right here. Type it in, give him a follow. That is it for this one. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. A peace. Do you ever watch to the end?
Huh? Sorry.
A
I thought that was just your thing.
It's our thing now.
Okay, cool.
A peace. No, but you didn't say it.
Sorry. Okay,
no,
cool.
hey, don't apologize.
Okay.
Never
yeah.
apologize
No,
for being you.
Don't take.
A peace. All right.
I got that right.
Okay.